All right, thanks so much, Ryan, for chatting with us today. I really appreciate you doing that. So tell me, how did the Heritage Oak Cliff Fall Home Tour get started?
So the organization's been around for about 50 years now, and it started really to help save the Winnetka Heights neighborhood from the blight and issues that were going on. And since then, it has turned into this big event each year.
We're really about community here in Oak Cliff. What do you think about the tour that brings the community together?
I think the big part of it is where Heritage Oak Cliff is very big on the preservation of what makes Oak Cliff special, that people love this tour just because it really is a time where homeowners are at their homes. The people who come to the tour get to interact with the homeowners, what they've done to the home. They get to learn the history of the home too, and it really is a community building time.
How do you think that preservation plays into a really fastly growing Dallas?
There are more conservation districts and historic districts in the Oak Cliff area than anywhere in the Dallas area. So being able to set standards of what is saved while the city can still grow is important. The conservation districts and organizations like Heritage Oak Cliff help make sure that history is saved.
So Ryan, how did you personally get involved with the organization?
So I bought a house in the Oak Cliff area back in 2022, and some of our good friends who happen to be our realtor ended up getting us involved with the organization and being on the home tour in 2023. And then since then, I've run it personally the past 2 years. So it's been a very exciting time, and I've gotten to meet so many people through the organization who make up the community.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so I'm curious, what makes this year's home tour stand out?
I think this year there's many things make it stand out, but the fact that there's 7 different neighborhoods all over the Oak Cliff area is super special, as well as some historical preservation happening with the 10th Street Historic District in which is the largest freedmen's town in the United States. So people will be able to learn a lot about the freedmen's town and the history of the neighborhood and efforts to preserve it.
Okay, so how did you decide which homes to feature this year?
A lot of it does play into working with realtors or different architects or designers in the area and seeing who would be willing to have their home on the tour. And so I got a tour probably 12 to 15 homes this year. We selected down to 7 and then added in the historic district and another property called East Dock.
Very cool, very cool. Okay, Ryan, so what defines Oak Cliff architecture for you?
So I think Oak Cliff architecture is the fact that we have so many different variations around here. There's so many mid-century homes. The topography of Oak Cliff is super special. Many homes on the tour this year are built into hills. A lot of 1920s, 30s, and then behind us we have a craftsman prairie school style home that is like none other in the city.
I know there is probably so much happening behind the scenes. Like, can you give us a little bit of a glimpse of what happens behind the scene to pull this all together?
Starts off with starting to reach out people for seeing if they would want to be on the home, touring the homes, a lot of advertisement and sponsorship. So working with you and other home sponsors to make the event come together. And then our brochure for the ticket, all the advertising that goes with it.
Okay, Ryan, I'm sure there are tons of very interesting moments throughout the year planning for this event. So are there any that stand out for you?
Yeah, so there are 2 events that we have pre-home tour. Back in September, it was the party at the Kessler Theater, which is a historic property in Oak Cliff. That it was the first time everybody got to see the homes and have a nice event. So that's always great to have. Then just this past Thursday, we had our patron party for all the homeowners and sponsors and guests. And that was such a fun event, being able to highlight each home and thanking everybody.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic event. So thanks for hosting that. Yeah. Okay, Ryan, so this obviously is such a huge part of the Heritage Oak Cliff and what you do. Like, what specifically does this Heritage Oak Cliff Fall Home Tour do to help sustain the organization year round?
So the Fall Home Tour is Heritage Oak Cliff's biggest event during the year. there are 30 member neighborhood organizations or associations that participate within Heritage Oak Cliff. And what this event does is build grant funds for the neighborhoods to apply for neighborhood development or community development events. So a lot of national night out events that just recently happened were sponsored by Heritage Oak Cliff. Tree reforestation in some neighborhoods. There have been street topper signs that have been placed throughout. So many neighborhoods in Oak Cliff, if you see a street topper sign, Heritage Oak Cliff has paid for it at some point. So it really does help the neighborhoods make their neighborhood beautiful and keep up with everything.
Awesome. Well, very cool. Well, thanks so much for chatting with us, Ryan. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Preservation is what keeps Dallas authentic. Because in Dallas, we don't just build new, we preserve what matters. I'm Eugene Gonzalez, a top 1% Dallas realtor, and this is the American Dream Dallas Edition. We'll catch you next time.